Everyone, thank you for joining today. I'm Lottie and I'm one of the client success managers here at Perfect Portal. I know that everybody is super busy getting everything back in place with the market now picking up. So that is why I wanted to do just a quick webinar today really to show you our new and existing features within the portal, which will ensure that you are confident in using all of the tools available for you and to make the most of your system. What we do have is a question and answers tab at the bottom of the screen. So please feel free to ask any questions either throughout the webinar or at the end. And myself and my colleague Satu will be here to answer the questions. I know that things will be feeling a little chaotic for you at the moment. You may have your staff returning back from furlough. So we understand that time is of the essence for you and your team at the moment. Therefore, today we are going to break the webinar down into several sections. So these sections will be helping you capture your leads, converting your quotes, transferring your instructed quotes to your case management system. We will then also look at features within the system to assist you in working quickly and efficiently at case level. Finally, we will take a look at the reporting available for you, the control centre, and then Satu is going to take us through some of the new features that we have coming soon. For anybody who's just jumped on, just to let you know that there is the question and answers tab at the bottom, so just feel free to type as we go along. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come out of this now and I'm just going to go into my demo account so that we can do a bit of a deep dive of the system. So within the portal, we have various ways in which you can best capture new leads and get these leads instructed quickly and easily. So we have 3 different platforms in which you can capture these leads using Perfect Portal. So these are through your website, staff usage privately, and introducers such as your estate agents, your mortgage brokers, and developers. So to begin with the web calc, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go into our settings and into web calc. And I'm just going to click into my demo web calc settings. So to start with the web calc, for those of you who don't already know, there are now multiple ways in which you can set up your web calculator to make it work for your firm and to maximise the volume of leads from online shoppers. First of all, there are 2 different calculators in which you can have on your site. So first of all, we've got the embedded. So the embedded will sit on a web page of your choice. So you may want it on your conveyancing page. And then we also have the floating calculator in which can sit wherever you like and it can appear on multiple web pages or your home page. It is worth noting that the coding that our developers have set up is easily amendable. So what you can do is you can actually take that coding. I'm not too sure if it'll be internal or whether you outsource it to a web developer, but they can make it so those buttons and the presentation can be however you would like it to be. So what I'm just going to do is we have an Australian firm who use the web calculator options really well. So we just wanted to show you it as an example. As you can see, just alone on their homepage, they've put the quote button in several places. So they have got the quote now, and then when you scroll down, in case you've missed it, it's here again. And once you click onto it, the floating calculator just appears in front of you. It is really important to ensure that your calculator is visible and even more so that it's easy to find. You know, if your web calculator is buried within your website or it's displayed under a lot of context, it is more than likely that it's going to be hard for the prospect clients to locate, you know, which then they might just defer away from your web page and move on elsewhere. Just a quick tip that you can do as well, if you ever want to apply some easy instructions above the web calc or just give the client a bit of an overview of what this calculator is, make the most of our introduction tab. So here, you know, you can use the colour coding and things like that, just to put a bit of a title above that web calculator to let the clients know that what they're going to get out of the calculator. So whether that be an instant estimate as soon as they enter their relevant details. So you can actually have your web calculator set up for numerous offices. So let's say, for example, you have got your numerous offices within your firm. What you can do on your web calc is you can have the offices set up for the client to choose from, which will then pull through the relevant fees. Even more than that, what you can do is quickly and easily set up the geolocation. So with the geolocation, it allows you to easily ensure that your prospect client receive the correct fees depending upon the location of the property. So in actual practice, in setting that up, what you can do with your fee scales is have multiple fee scales, name them with your list of postcode areas, and set up those legal fees in relevance to the postcode. You can then link it with the web calc so that when the prospect client is online getting a quote, they enter the postcode and it will pull through the correct fees. As a caution, you can then have a fallback fee scale so that if, for example, the client doesn't enter a postcode, or even more than that, if the postcode isn't covered on your fee scales, it will still provide a quote for the client because you've got that fallback fee scale which will pull through. A little tip to help you see whether you want to set up geolocation is if you go to your heat map. So your heat map can be found just by toggling across on your home page. Now this is my demo account, so it all looks pretty concentrated with the tags. But what you can do is just take a little look here and see if the areas are concentrated or if they're quite spread across. That can help you determine whether you actually want to set this up to ensure that the correct fees are going out to those clients depending upon the property address. If you would like to go through your web calculator in more detail, because we have, developed it over time, or you haven't got a web calc set up already, please don't hesitate to get in touch with myself or Sophie, and we will be more than happy to help set up a Zoom session and get that all going for you. Another way to capture leads is for your staff members to generate quotes using the portal privately. For those who don't already know, if you are part of the enhanced package and have the branded app, your staff can now generate quotes using your branded app on your smart device as well as the desktop version. So if your staff members are working remotely, they're not at their desktop, using the app, they can just function business as usual. So generating the quotes privately, one of your first contact points with your prospect client is that will be when you are emailing the quote from the portal to that client. So what is becoming increasingly important is the visual presentation to the client and what they receive. So, it's important that, the client journey is good, everything is clear and easy to follow. That is why we have got the quote email templates within the portal so that they are easy to set up and amend. So if I just show you where these are, if we go into your settings, along into your setup and manage, and then your quote email list. So what we have here is the email templates for all of the different case types at the top. Now I just have the one, but you can have multiple. So you can have your quote email, your chaser email, and any other email templates that you would like to add just by clicking add another email template. So if I click into this quote email here, one of our recommendations is that you keep your email body short and sweet. It is likely that the client may have already checked you out online and read about your services that you offer. They may have actually got this quotation using your web calculator. So it is important to just keep the essential text within this body. It is important to ensure that this button here, the instruct button, is visible. Don't forget that a lot of our clients now will be using their smartphone to receive their emails. So it's important to ensure that they're not doing a lot of scrolling to get to this button. This will help you boost the amount of instructions that you get through. If you do have any other important information to add, so if you have, important parts of selling your service, any additional information that the client needs to be aware of, make the most of our attachments feature. So what you can actually do in here is put that information on a PDF, upload it as a default attachment, and then going forward, it will just send out with the quotation, and that way you are keeping this short and sweet for the client to easily understand. We are currently working through all of our clients' email templates and email headers, so these graphics above. However, if you would like to get this amended sooner rather than later, please don't hesitate to get in touch and we will work with you to get that updated ASAP. And finally, the introducers. So our referrer portal is a great way to allow your referrers to send leads quickly and easily. In addition to this, depending upon the permissions you give that referrer company, they can also send out quotations to your prospect clients in the same professional manner with a clean and client-friendly look. So just as a little bit of a recap, if we go into settings and then along into the referrers section, of course, you may have a longer list than myself. I've just got my demo referrer. If I click into here, you've then got the referrer settings. So what you can actually do is per referrer, you decide whether you would like auto invoice enabling, detailed leads, or quotations. So given this amount of flexibility will really help, have a strong selling point so you can decide which referrers get which permissions depending upon that relationship that you've got. If you have the branded app, then your referrer will be able to download and use your firm's branded app to generate quotes at quote level. And then at case level, they can receive all of the case updates throughout the transaction. However, if you are not using the enhanced package in the branded app, of course, there is still Referring Smart on the app or the desktop portal for your referrer companies to use to get those leads and quotes sent over to you. If you don't yet use the referrer portal and you would like to start, just get in touch. We can arrange a Zoom call with you, and what would probably be best is if we set up a dummy account for you so that you can have some training, get used to the system so that when you go out to sell it to your referrers, you feel confident in the system. We have some additional features I would like to show you for really helping you capture those leads. So when generating a quote, if I just click onto the sale, you have the option to choose a source. So prior to our update, these were the default sources available. However, what we have done is we have now developed it so that you can customize all of your lead sources to make it more firm specific. So just to show you how this is done, if you go into your settings, along into your general, and then into lead sources, you can then add, delete, or amend any of the existing reasons for going forward. And then this is actually really important for you because we have multiple reports available within the portal. So if I just take you into our control center and then along into our reporting suite, what we've actually got is the lead source with legal value and the web calc source with legal value as well. So if I just click into here, what this actually shows you is all of the lead sources and the won quotes, those that are pipeline and those that are lost. So whenever you are overviewing and analysing your lead sources, it will really help you to see the most successful areas, those that may need some work to help boost all of your leads. Don't forget you've got the time frame that you can change, and you can also export this out to an Excel if you want to do some advanced filters. Again, quite like with your lead sources, you have got your decline quotes. So if a quote is unsuccessful, you'll need to remove it from the system. Now, prior to the update, they were defaulted reasons. Again, with lead sources, we understand that you want to be able to drill down on these reasons. So if you go back into your general and then across into your decline quote reasons, what we've got in here is you can add, remove, and amend so that you can again drill down on these reasons and act upon them to get more successful leads and get them converted into your case management system. So if I just go into the control center and across into the report suite, we've got the decline quote with reasons. So again, it's really important to make the most of these reports. Use the time frame to expand upon it. You know, you could go as far back as you would like to and export it out to Excel. This will really help you see your most popular areas of decline quote reasons so that you can work on them for going forward. A final tip I have for you for capturing those leads is making the most of our discount codes. So before the discount codes were available, you could do manual discounts when generating a quote privately. But what we have done is we've set up a discount code feature. So if you go into your settings, back into general, and along into your discounts, what we have here is the ability to do a code. Now, a tip for this would be to advertise these codes online. So they can be done privately or on your web calc. So if you advertised a code, as you can see here, NHS 2020, you could advertise that on your social media, on your website, so that your clients can get a discounted estimate when they use your web calc. Just to give you a little bit more information, you can do it as a percentage or you can do it as a fee. So you can decide what type of discount you want to give. You've then got a limit. So if you want this to be just 50 vouchers, you can have it so it's 50 and then it runs out. Or you could do a valid from and to date. So if you wanted this to stay valid until the end of July, you can just do from today's date and then fill in July's date. Alternatively, leave valid to blank so that you can have it as a permanent voucher within your system. So if anybody would like to have a deep dive session into what we've just covered, please don't hesitate to get in touch again and we can arrange a Zoom call to do it, all of these features, but within your portal. So converting your quotes. We understand that now things are picking up, you will be super eager to get these leads converted as quickly as possible. So I'm going to take you through some tips on how you can do this using our system alone. First of all, we've got SMS at quote level. So this is a pretty new feature that we've got available. Whenever you generate a quote from the system and you email it out to the client, what you can have set up is that a text message is automatically sent to your client with a wording of your choice. Following on from that, if your client has not opened the email, let's say it's been an hour, the email hasn't been opened, you can then have the system automatically send out a text message within a time frame of your choice to let that client know that they have a text message, a quotation waiting in their emails. So if I just show you how this is set up, if I just go into settings, along into setup and manage, and then the SMS management, as you can see here, we've got the SMS for all of the different case types. So by that, you can have different wording depending upon the matter type. And then here you can see you've got your instant SMS notification. So you can decide here whatever that wording is. Following on from that, you have the follow-up text message. So again, you can decide what is said here, and you can also decide the time frame in which the text message is sent out. One recommendation that I would give is to make the most of our BB codes. So by using our BB codes, you can make it matter and client specific. If anybody would like to get the SMS switched on, just let me know and we can do that together and get it switched on for your firm. A good way of determining whether you want to actually switch it on is having a little look at the report we've got within the system. So if I just take you back into the report suite, what we've actually got is the email open rate. So by clicking into the email open rate, what you can actually see here is out of all of the emails sent, what your email open rate is, and then it drills down further onto all of the different emails within the system. So what you can actually do here is analyze what your open rate is like, and if you feel as though you want to improve it, enable the SMS, and then you can always come back into this report, see how you're getting on, and decide whether you want to keep that feature. What we've also got is the activity log within the control center. So for those who have not seen our control center yet, by clicking on this tab here, you have our control center. Now, something that really helps whilst working from home is the activity log. You may find at the moment that whilst working remote, you want everybody using the system, putting all the quotes through here and really pushing through with the features that we've got. So what will help you is using the activity log. So here you can view everything, or you can drill down onto even just quotes converted or email sent, and so on. So you can look at who's logged in. So that is something that can really assist you in ensuring that the system's being used to get all of those quotes converted through to cases. If I just take you to a quotation that I've already created, there are some tips in here that can help you to actually boost the conversion rate forward and get it put through from a quote to a case into your case management system. So first of all, we've got the emails. So one thing you can do is make the most of the email templates within the system. So of course, you've privately sent out that quote email to the client. What you can do is then send up a client chaser. So send out to the client that you've previously sent them a quotation. If they have any questions, please get in touch. What I'm excited to announce is that in a couple of weeks we have the auto chase ups coming. So by that, your staff member will not need to manually send out a chase up. What the system will do is automatically send the email chase up out to the client automatically. As well as emails, you can also make the most of our reminders. So what you can have set in the system is reminders, and these can be set up within a time frame of your choice. So once the reminder comes through, it will sit on the actual quote. You will get a daily email from Perfect Portal to let you know what quotes are due and overdue. And then on top of that, which I will show you shortly, is you can customize your dashboard to have the reminders there so you can see every one of them which is outstanding. A popular question that I do get is how to get rid of an individual reminder. So if you ever want to push a reminder back, just click the pencil button and you can push it back. And you can also assign it to another member within the firm. If you want to close off the reminder altogether, so if you want to keep that system cleansed with only relevant reminders, simply just click on the actual reminder and just click complete. Don't forget, what you can also do is set manual reminders. So you can schedule the reminder, what the reminder is, and assign it to somebody else within the firm. So you've always got the manual option. Something else that's quite useful if you are a member of the quote team generating your quotations, it's successful and you want your file opener to get it converted. Alternatively, the referrer can also do this as well if they want you to convert that quote ASAP. You can use the qualified quote drop down and change it to a hot quote. And what you can do is you can either send it to a hot quote with no notification, or you can let somebody else within the firm know about that. So they will get an email notification. Just going back to our dashboard. So for those who aren't already aware, you can have a fully customized dashboard. And what this will really help you do is it will assist you in having all that relevant information in front of you to help you stay on top of those quotations and those that need converting. So if I just switch onto another tab and just show you how to customize dashboards. So what I'm going to do on here is I'm just going to put on the unassigned work. I'm also going to add the reminders. And then finally, the revenue still to be secured. So if we then go back to your dashboard, what you've got here is unassigned work. So what you can actually look at is any quotes that haven't been assigned. So get them assigned up so that when you convert them through, it'll be one less step. What still needs doing, so this will show you all of your reminders that are outstanding that you can work through on a daily basis. And then your revenue still to be secured. So this is going to show you all of those quotes depending upon the law firm or the referrer company and what still needs to be converted through. So that acts as a nice prompter. Moving away from conversions, it is also super important to ensure that the information is transferred properly into your case management system. So what we're going to do is looking at converting your quote through to case level and checking that all the information is filled out properly, because ensuring that you convert the quote properly will ensure that your transaction is quicker and it's easier to work through and complete. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go back to that quote that we had. So first of all, when clicking convert, it's important to ensure that your address is filled in. So I've already filled in the address. Again, another important part is ensuring that your client details are filled out fully. So you may find that when you click on the edit button, the correspondence address isn't filled in. It's also important to ensure that all contact types are entered now. So whether that's, a partner, a different contact type, you want to add on a refer a party, because with some case management systems, it's super easy to actually add on those contact types, but with others, it's a little bit more complicated. So doing it here will save some steps later on in the journey. Case assignment. So as mentioned before, ensure that it's assigned up properly. This is really going to save you a lot of time once it's at case level. And again, the conversion notes. It would be great to just make the most of the conversion notes so that you can convert any notes with that case onto the file. These may be some notes about the client and some specific requests. As well as getting them converted, once you have it at case level, some of you will probably be working on that file alone in the case management system. But what you can also do is use our system standalone if you would want to. Now, we do have a lot of integrations that are already in place with a lot of case management systems. So you may find that once you're working at case level, you update all of the key stages through there. But what I wanted to actually show you is some of the features that you can use to make it a lot easier whilst working at case level. And today I'm just going to show you that within the portal. So I know I've mentioned it before on some previous webinars, but personalized key stages are really important to set up. So prior to the personalization, we had the key stages. So if I just take you into settings, set up and manage, and along into the key stages. What you can now do is you've got your key stages for each matter type, but you can now personalize them. So you can ensure that every party type receives a separate piece of communication that is relevant and direct to themselves. So if I click into File Opened, what you can do here is split out the communication depending upon the party type. So to the client, we are adding more of a personalized message. And then to the estate agent, it is a little bit different. But what you can actually do as well is split out what messages are received by the party type. So there may be some key stages that aren't relevant for a referrer. There may be some that are only relevant for a referrer. So what you can actually do within the settings is decide who receives the personalized communication for that key stage update. What you can also do is if you have any key stage updates that you consider to be more important than others, is you can switch an SMS on for those. So within here, you can decide that an SMS is triggered when we update that key stage within the system. If you are part of the enhanced package and you have the branded app, you will have the push notifications. So you can decide which key stages have a push notification. It's quite popular that our clients have it switched on for all of the key stages because they are all an important part of the process. And it really triggers a bit of excitement amongst your clients when they receive an update that there's been some progress on their case. Just having a little look into a case that I've previously generated. Don't forget that if you ever want to look back on any of your information done prior to conversion, it's all synced within here as well. So you can always come back here to check up on anything that you've changed or added. Whilst working through the case, what you can actually do is you can actually have your client review set up on any of your key stages. So just to show you how this works, let's say, for example, you've just updated the exchange of contracts. You can then enable your client review. Now, the client review can be set up within your settings, and you can have it fully color customized to your firm branding. On the questions section, you can have between 3 and 5. So whatever those questions are, you can decide. And you can then have the feedback. So within here, the client can leave you some feedback, and this will be generated privately. So what will happen then is the fee earner will receive an email that they've had a review come through, and it will store onto the portal. But this is a really useful way for you to gather some client testimonials, use them online, and as part of your advertisement. What you can also do within here is add some additional notifications. So when the reviews come through, they will come through to these specific people. And then to allocate it to a key stage, you just simply click on this button and allocate it up. But if anybody would like to go through this together in getting it set up, then we can do that over a Zoom call. So just going back to this case that I had set up earlier, something new that we have recently developed is the chat feature. So what you can actually do with your cases now is you can have the chat enabled between yourself and your client. Now, the beauty of this is that it can be initiated by the solicitor only. So when you go to case level, it won't be necessary that the client can instantly start chatting to you through the app. It can be the fee earner who actually initiates that chat first and get the conversation going. So just to show you how this works, it is available in the portal at the moment. So if you would like to get it enabled, just let us know. In relation to the case management systems, it is currently live within Leap. However, the other integrator partners are not live as of yet, as we are waiting for them to integrate with our version 6. So just to show you how it works, if I click on the chat button, and then what I can do here is type a message to my client. Attach a document. And send. Now, for those working within Leap, you won't need to come back into the portal to do this. You will do this all from within your case management system. If I now go to the client's portal and I just refresh the screen, here you can see we now have chat because the solicitor started the chat conversation. So I click into here, and here we have it. And quite literally, the chat automatically pings back. So here you can see how quick and easy it is to trigger the chat and how quickly the message responses come through. So again, if you would like to get this chat enabled, please don't hesitate to get in touch with the client success team and we will get that all set up for you. The solicitor bio. So I think the solicitor bio adds a really personal touch to your work. So the solicitor bio can appear within your app. It can also appear within your quotation and within the emails. So to set this up, you just click on your avatar towards the top right-hand corner and click on My Account. What you can then do here is just add a small amount of information about yourself and add a photo. So here we have Marge and her bio to all of her clients. So that's a really nice way to just set something up and add a personalised touch there to your client so that they know who they're working with on a daily basis. And finally, I just want to go back to the control center, just for those who have not seen it yet. So what the control center does, as you can see here, is it has numerous infographics, and these infographics you can view comparable information from one time period to another. So you, for example, could look at last month, so you can look at May in comparison to April and look at that percentage increase or decrease. And then what you have also got is a drill down. So whenever you click into any of these, it will then take you to a different report. So this is a really great way to analyze any of your information. And on top of that, you can also take a look and see any areas that require any improvement or any concentration. So what I'm now going to do is I'm just going to hand over to Satu, who's going to take over with the new features coming soon. Just go back into here.
Thank you, Lottie. And just to add on the control center, we also have management information for the, conveyancing department heads or partners, where we can send out pulse reports, whether you would like that monthly, every 2 months, 3 months, where we compare different data and send that across to you. If you don't have particular partners using the system at the moment, but you think they would benefit from getting this data, then please let us know and we will add them to that regular pulse reports about your portal and the data about your system. What we have coming up in the next couple of months is website calculator improvements. So this is just so, as a consumer, they can regenerate the quote that they're already on. So on your side, then you only get one final version for the client's quote, rather than 5 different versions from one person as they're trying to, try out different amounts to figure out the cost. We also have some improvements on some of the buttons that are presented on the quote calculator. The other one is advanced prompt instruction process. So at the moment in the emails, we have that instruct button, so you can have custom length for that button. But what it does, as soon as the customer clicks, it just gives them the confirmation page. Now with the advanced option, you can have, as soon as the client clicks that button, it gives them another opportunity to confirm their details. So then they can request a callback or confirm and actually instruct your firm to proceed. And you can also ask them to fill out more details right there if you like. We have early client engagement that's coming soon. So at the moment, the mobile apps and the client portals, they're only available at the case level. So once the client instructs you and you convert it into a matter, that's the only time they can access it. But we will be opening that from quote side. So as soon as they generate a quote, they get login information where you can actually put more messaging there if you like. So it gives that client instant gratification to know what it would be like if they do instruct your firm. So that's another one that we're working on. Another one is referrers and clients being able to submit leads for other matter types, not just conveyancing. So at the moment, the website calculator is only for conveyancing side of things, and same thing with referrers, they can only send you leads on conveyancing. We will be opening that up soon. Our devs are very busy at the moment. That will be available very soon, where on the website you can have little smart lead forms so you can capture information on other matter types, whether it's family, wills, probate, and so on. We are also working on integration with InfoTrack and their eCost product, which will allow you to onboard clients electronically with purchase and sales questionnaire and whatever their product also encompasses. And we will be able to do that directly through your branded app and portal. So for the end consumer, it's the same journey from beginning to an end. It's with you and your firm, rather than going to different third-party products, whether it's InfoTrack or ID verification or anything. They'll be able to do all of that within the app. These are just a few of the items that are coming as soon as possible, either in weeks, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and 8 weeks time. But there's a lot more in the pipeline. That is about it. If you have any questions, please feel free to type. We did have 5 questions earlier, which I can go over right now. But as I'm going over those questions, you feel free to ask more, and Lottie can always go back in the system and show you anything again if she needs to. So we had one question that was asked: can our developer contact you directly if they need to set up the calculators or change the current calculators? Definitely. You can put them in touch with us, or you can just give them our marketing email, which is marketing@perfectportal.co.uk. So we can review your website and also discuss what other options there could be available that would best fit your website design. We had another question saying the new changes don't allow our agent to email a copy of the quote to themselves. It is still possible. There's just a couple of different options. You can either select them from a user type, or you can add the email in the CC field. But please do contact us if you have any questions or would like us to show you how to do it. Another one was, how do we get the criminal and family case types onto our portal? You just need to contact your account manager and we can get that set up as soon as possible. Or you can email us at helpdesk@perfectportal.co.uk. Another one was, we send quotes out. How can I export list of quotes sent via Perfect Portal? You can just go on the left-hand side, goes to your quotes list, and then you can easily export the entire quotes list from there. And how much does the SMS cost? That's 8p per SMS. And again, we just bill you as usage based. So it's pay per use, and it's 8p per SMS. Awesome.
Does anybody have any other questions at all? If you do have any questions after the webinar, just get in touch with your account manager and we will be able